it's about getting better, isn't it? And like having something that you work on, that you get better at, is what people that are sad in their lives are ultimately usually missing. It doesn't really matter what it fucking is.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It could even be playing video games.
Yeah.
Like just something that you're really into that you can get better at.
Yeah.
You know, it's better if it's physical, right? Because humans aren't supposed to just sit down and, you know, wank. Like,
Get better at wanking.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, at our age, everyone's perfected that, right?
Right, guys, welcome back to the Beautiful Struggle podcast with myself, Jay Davis, aka Magic Eye. Back with another in-studio session. We are here at the Chosen Few Studios over in Bristol. Straight off the back of a leg session. This wasn't my idea. I wanted to do the podcast first and then do legs afterwards. But the guy sitting opposite me insisted we train legs first. So here we are.
That was the plan.
Post-workout food gone down, which we'll touch on in a few moments. But my guest today, he is a good friend. He is kind of a client. I've filmed him in the past. He's part of Team Nasty from the guys up north, Anth Bales, Leroy. I'm sure you guys know who they are. And this person, acclaimed Mr. Universe. He's a bit of a freak. Not a big fan of social media. Doesn't like being on Instagram. Doesn't do all the reels and the filters and shit. But here we are sat with two cameras facing us. He's got better lighting than me, and he's on a podcast, so...
And I still look this shit.
And he still looks that shit. So, without further ado, introducing the Big Pill Nasty, a.k.a. Dan McNab, or Miami Dan, to those of you that follow him on social media.
That's new, yeah.
Miami Dan.
It's a persona. When I'm there, I become Miami Dan.
A different person.
Yeah, no, so here I'm just the other Big Pill Nasty. But...
You're like in gym clothes, but over there you're in open-toed sandals and jeans.
Oh, yeah, chinos, like a gold chain,
the full works.
Medallion,
Like a character off fucking Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, I've modelled, obviously I've modelled it off that.
Yeah.
Hawaiian shirt, that sort of thing.
You're in Miami a lot.
Yes.
Is it just like a thing that you do like annually just to get over there and get out of this UK weather that we have? Or?
I basically just have one friend that I talk to from... Like,
you have one friend.
It's you. It's you, and that's why I go to my one friend from my many schools that I kind of keep in touch with. I have friends from when I was like 4, which I'm lucky with, but one friend, and she's from there when she was young, and anyway, we just went to visit her basically. And we just fell in love with the place because it's got the American bit, but it's also got the South American influence, and you don't have to go far down the Keys, and you're like literally in the Caribbean, see manatees and dolphins, and it's just fucking sick. And it's ridiculous. It's just cheesy as fuck. It's just, you can be your own ridiculous twat, and no one cares.
I don't think that people that follow you on social, I don't think they would put you in that place though, you know?
Yeah, I know.
When I first saw you in Miami, I was like, that does not seem like a thing that Dan would do.
Yeah, well, then I become Miami Dan.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's...
The alter ego setting.
Yeah. It's got a different setting.
Yeah. Ever thought of... I know you love Bristol and all that, Bristol City, but...
Yes.
Would you ever consider moving over there?
We thought about doing like the 3-month Esther, but it's just the dogs.
Of course.
So we never, like... The only reason we can go away is that my PA... That sounds... someone who helps me out, who became a very close friend...
Yeah.
He thinks that my big dog thinks that she's part of the family. So with a dog like Abraham 𝘗𝘁𝘗𝘁, he needs a family member. So she moves into our house so that we can go away. Otherwise, we never went away until that could happen, because you can't put that dog in a kennel. I certainly can't leave it with my mum because she's old. So that was there. So big up Grace and Quinn for moving into our house.
Does your dog have separation anxiety?
No, it's not that. It's just the if he needs to be around a family member, like they're just quite emotional. Like a 𝘗𝘁𝘗𝘁 is like, I didn't realise how much of a big thing it was having a dog like that.
Cuba's dog's 𝘗𝘗𝘁𝘗𝘁, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's Samson's.
Yeah, he's 𝘗𝘁𝘗𝘁. Yeah, 𝘗𝘁𝘗𝘁. Samson's 𝘗𝘁𝘗 is exactly the same age, so we actually talked a little bit about it because they grow quite fast, and his 𝘗𝘁𝘗's back legs were moving weird, and he messaged me, and I said, it's just growing pains, it's normal. So we did talk a little bit, but just about the dogs.
Just about dogs.
But yeah, it's exactly the same dog, and he loves that dog. And
Yeah,
and so I wouldn't, and I have a French bulldog, and he wouldn't survive the fight. So yeah, maybe one day Miami Dan could become the whole thing.
Just Dan.
Just
Dan.
Yeah, it could be.
So as I said at the start, we've just come here fresh off the back of a leg session. Me and Dan have been trying to get a training session in together for probably 3 years, and not that we like put it off, but we're just busy, so it never happened. But we find even this time we actually cancelled on each other twice before this one. So I said, look, let's get it done. So here we are, and it was interesting. Like you've come from the school of obviously Anth and Leroy, and a cool moment for me today. Excuse my grogginess. That's the post legs setting in. Cool thing for me today was to see, obviously, whenever I've gone to Durham, and even like obviously the Max Muscle Gym back in the day, when I filmed you training with Anth and Leroy, obviously they're the guys setting the session up. Whereas today, you're around your boys down here, and you're that guy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're that person now, and you've kind of taken that ownership role.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. It's like trying to keep the flame alive of like the real shit that actually like.
It's very different. Like it's very, very different training style.
Yeah,
like we all train hard. Like I say, we all train hard. A lot of us train hard.
Yeah,
but it's just different. Like I've got a set. I think we filmed one set.
Yeah,
which I'll probably put on the gram at some point today. And it was just brutal. Obviously, like I said, we all train hard, but it was just a different level of intensity again, just with all the shit that you threw at me. So,
yeah, we didn't let you get away with that. I mean, you know, ultimately there's a shelf life, and maybe we'll touch on the fact that I'm kind of beyond that shelf life of being able to do that. But with that intensity, like it has to come from somewhere, and that's, you know, it's low volume. It has to be low volume. Like everyone says, low volume doesn't work. Well, what are the other factors? How often are you doing it, and how intensely are you training? It's just one of the factors.
Yeah.
Like you can't do that. You're telling me you're going to train legs again on Wednesday? Like you're fucking not.
No.
So it doesn't mean that training twice a week doesn't work. It just the intensity or volume has to be even lower. There's millions of different ways of doing it. But isn't the most fun just to fuck yourself up into the ground? Like, isn't that the best way?
Yeah. Now that it's over,
yeah.
Looking back at it, it's like,
now
it was
that
good.
It's over. It's an escapism. Like, when you're in that set, you can think about nothing else apart from that. Whereas, you know, life throws curveballs at you for, you know, stress, family, life, work. If you're in a drop set leg extension, it's like fucking meditation. You can't
nothing else going on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, I've always been from that, and I gravitated towards that, and then was lucky enough to meet Anth and become good friends with Anth and Leroy, and now, yeah, like you said, I'm kind of holding the torch, trying to teach a little section of the other guys the same shit.
Some of those guys, like Jay, he's younger, is he?
Yeah, he's like in his 20s, 26.
Yeah,
like they're both like 26, 27.
Looks like 36, like, but shots fired. No, but like obviously the younger guys. It's cool that these younger guys are actually taking in what you're bringing back from the north, like with the lads.
I mean, but it's fucking working.
But it's, you know, there's a lot of young guys getting caught up in the fucking noise on Insta.
If you don't, the thing is, it's two things. Like there's failure is perceived, right? So actually, not only have you got a million different ways that happen physically, and they do all the studies on the physicality and everything like that, but it's all controlled by your mind. So you also have infinite variables of psychology behind. Blend those together. You know, you have train to failure. That's always perceived failure. Like true failure is like your mum's in a burning car and you've got to get her out. Like that's the only way you're gonna be able to harness like that. The perception of like, oh, maybe I want some big legs. Like that's not gonna be enough, is it? It has to mean like a little bit more. So like when you have that level of like everything going on, like you have to build your mind to deal with that. And that's why like I would always go and travel up and see Anth, and I would always go and travel with someone. If someone trained hard, I'd like message them, I want to come up and do this shit. I want to like you know, Leroy's shouting in your fucking face. You're going to get an extra rep. And you know, or an extra, say you get extra 3 reps, even if you take 1 rep home with you, because it's been like, oh, actually, I wasn't there.
Like a reminder.
Yeah, like it's a fucking gold. Everyone gets complacent, you know, like it's the body doesn't want to fucking grow. Your mind doesn't want to do hard shit. It's going to tell you to not do it. You know, you got to go and fucking remind yourself
go and find
what you're about. And that's what I spent a lot of my time doing, is going and training with fucking people that were insane, ultimately. I think that's like what's a bit different. Most of the good bodybuilders were fucking nutters. Like, you know, I'm not saying be a nutter, that's a great idea. But it fucking helps. It fucking helps.
I think, you know, like that saying, never be the smartest person in the room. It's that kind of thing, isn't it? It's like, you know, if you get complacent, like if you're in a gym and you're kind of like one of the ones which is doing it, and you're one of the better guys in the gym, I don't think that's ever a good spot for someone to be in, or even like the circle of people that you surround yourself with. If you're like the guy in that circle, then you need to take it upon yourself to take yourself outside of that and put yourself up in fucking Durham or wherever it is to level you up. It's like, you know, you don't want to be a big fish in a small pond.
Exactly, and you can do that, and there's lots of people that shan't be named that do that. And
name them. Just drop them up there, bro.
I can't.
It's just views for me, like.
There's just views. But but ultimately, like, you know, it's happiness. If you're happy being the thing and the surrounding, and you're the big guy in that area, and that makes you happy, then fucking, you know, that's it. That's cool.
That's fine, but you're not going to get anywhere.
You're not going to progress, because the need to progress isn't there. Again, psychology. Like, does it mean enough to you? No. Like, looking the same, you look cool. Like me. You know, and if you look how you look and you're cool with it and you just want to do that, then just do you. Like, who gives a fuck? Do you know what I mean? Like, that's not what I'm about. I'm about pushing my limits, going to that fucking thing when I don't have to think about life. Like, you know, that's what I'm about. Like, I never wanted to stand in pants and shit. I was just trying to escape, like, the brutality of my fucking mind.
Guys, jumping in on this to let you know about my online coaching, No Limits online coaching, led by someone that truly walks the walk. Coming from someone that has multiple years competing within bodybuilding, but has won multiple first places, overalls, and even achieved pro status this year, as well as taken athletes to stage all over the world. I'll provide a customized plan, true accountability, and coaching that is built around your lifestyle and not excuses. Real coaching, real standards, and real results. If you're ready to break past your limits, both physically and mentally, get in touch today. No limits, just results. Well, let's talk about that, because I'm sure I know you've done some like podcasts in the past. Like, we're going to give a big shout out to the Bash Bros podcast, because we've been speaking about it.
Was
how good
times.
The Bash Bros was. So shout out to all the boys in there, Johnny as well. But, you know, in those podcasts, I know you've touched on like your upbringing and where you came from and how you got into bodybuilding. I know, like, you kind of got into it because of a mate that was. Is it a mate that was in jail or something like that?
No, like my friend was like he was bipolar, but I was on tag basically.
Oh, you were on tag, right?
Yeah. So like once I got like to that stage, I had to do 6 months on an anklet, and you know, there's only so much cocaine you can sniff on your own. Before anyone who knows, maybe you've been like, oh, you get it in, like for Saturday, let's just do one and stay in, like that feeling. Like, that was my life for about a month. And I thought, I can't really do this. You know, FIFA, you know, 98 or whatever was like, I was really great at it in my head. But basically, yeah, my friend just came over and was like, here is a bench press. Why don't you like lift some stuff up? And I was like, that sounds shit. And then it just sat there for so long that I just picked it up. And then he came round and made me do it. And I was like, oh, okay, I can do 100 kilos for like 20 reps, and I'm just in my bedroom. Like, I might be all right at this. Was it the feeling of it or not? Was it the feeling of it? You know, like some people talk about like when they first got into it and how they felt after a set or whatever. Was it that, or was it just the fact that you were able to push weight? It's really hard to go back into that like mindset, because it was literally 20 years ago. But it was, at that point, it was just filling time. It was literally filling time. And again, escaping the fact I couldn't go out. Like, all my friends were out. My girlfriend at the time was out. Like which I found out later, like sucking loads of other dicks.
It's good fuel for the sex.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah. So like great, like so like I couldn't really do anything. Like there's only so many times your mates come and visit you when you're like,
Yeah.
you know,
They're slowly going to drop off.
yeah, yeah. So just a lot of time like on your own, like which is fine. And so when I, you know, rather than smoke a bunch of weed, I just like lift the stuff. And you know, I want to say his name, Felix. Like he was struggling with some shit like as well that was slightly different, and unfortunately like that didn't actually save him, and he did kill himself. Yeah, so I'd like to say his name to remember him, because he like, you know, gave that gift of that bench that became like a massive crutch for the rest of my existence, and that then built like the structure of my life that then later, like after, because I went to special school, like a unit school, like,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean, like the bars on the window shit, you know, like when people making shivs out the table, and if it kicked off, they hit the panic button, and then they'd shut us in.
Is that because of like behaviour?
Yeah. But also, I was bad, but I wasn't that bad, so I shouldn't really have been there, because I wasn't like, I was bad, but I wasn't like, these kids were fucking psychotic.
Psychopaths,
Yeah,
yeah.
like fucking, like literally like stabbing each other in the classroom.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, right, yeah. Like,
Do you think that's had an impact on you at all? Like being in that, like growing up environment?
I don't know, like, yeah, fucking hell, let's get deep.
Yeah, no, that's what I've literally not scripted anything. I'm going off the cuff.
Yeah. I had a lot of psych reports. Like the first day at school, like my mum was pulled to one side and just said, like, Dan's gonna have a shit time at school, like forever. Like, I just never got it. It was the only thing anyone talked to you about, and most people probably have this. Oh, how's school? How's your fucking fuck off? Like, do you know what I mean? The only thing anyone says to you, just like, how's school? Well, shit, obviously. Like, I didn't see like the thing. It wasn't contextualized. It's not the teacher's fault. They're underfunded. There's 30 kids. I'm a massive cunt. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, in one of my lessons in English, like, they were happy if I drew a picture about something that might be English. Like, that's the level I was expected to work at. Anyway, I just didn't get it. And yeah, I got into some trouble, and social services got involved, because I had to go to court-ordered fucking, you know, shrink stuff.
Right.
And he was like, oh, he's suffering from neglect and stuff like that, which is bollocks, actually, because, like, although I was kind of raised by my gran, because my parents were both touring musicians, like, I wasn't neglected at all. I had a family and stuff like that. Unfortunately, I kind of don't now, but, like, yeah, it got messy. It did get messy. Yes, like, but did it affect me? I don't know, because you've got no comparison.
Does like, you know, like when you're in those sets that we've just fucking done over there, you know, like a lot of people go back to a moment or think of a thought to get them through that fucking shit.
I know what you mean.
Do you pull from
No,
that?
I actually don't pull on. I don't pull on memories. I've deleted 10 years of my memories.
Deleted?
Wiped. Or just boxed up or whatever you said. I did go past one of my old schools like the other day and look at it, and I was like, fucking.
A bit emotional?
Like butterflies in the stomach, like sort of thing, and stuff like that. It was not a good time. 10 years of my life gives me goosebumps.
So is that from like 12 to like?
I had to move school because I was thrown out at like 11, like halfway through like year 7. Don't get me wrong, like I set fire to the headmaster's son's locker because I found out who. Like I fucking deserved it. I don't even know why I did it. It just seemed like a cool thing to do.
Just like those fucking squats that we just did. It seems like a cool thing to do.
At the time I was like, well, everyone's going to agree with this. It's the headmaster's son. No one agreed with it. Yeah. And like obviously all the kids turned on me.
Oh, really?
Well, yeah, because I was like, I'm doing it for you guys. Like, fuck these guys. I thought like, this is definitely like, I'm just the guy. Anyway.
You ended up being the bad guy.
Yeah, anyway, I got thrown out. There was a meeting, wasn't it? My dad turned up.
You're regretting every second of this podcast now.
Oh, God, these are the memories. And
therapy, bro.
The teacher said to my dad that I was the most disturbed child he'd ever had the misfortune of being near. And my dad, who isn't biologically my real dad, but he is my dad, just flipped his whole desk like on him, which is hilarious because he looks like a little raisin. Like my dad looks like an Iggy Pop. Like it's like 4 foot tall. So that was a good experience. And then I moved school at halfway through year 7, which is a shit time to move, isn't it?
Terrible, yeah.
Like, because then everyone's made all friends as well. So they were, God, mate. And they kicked the shit out of me.
Really?
Yeah, so you would alternate which way I went home. Because obviously each time, like, the school got rougher, right?
Yeah.
It got worse. So I'd have to change, like, which way I'd, like, walk home. And then I had a growth spurt.
Right. That's what I was confused about then, because I thought...
Yeah, I had a growth spurt, and I just kicked the fuck out of this kid. and then just any time, and then I would just fight everyone.
Yeah.
And lose, like, loads, like I wasn't great at it. But then people left me alone because they were like, he will just fight me. Like, and what if I do lose, like, accidentally? So even the kids, like, in the upper year wouldn't bother just because I'd be like, well, see your top playground. You know, like, and then eventually they left me alone, and I managed to make some friends, and soon after I made some friends, I got thrown out. And then I ended up with no school, and then I went to the special unit, and then I did say to my mum, like, the special unit is like people are actually getting stabbed at school, and like there's been like sexual assaults, and like my mum was like, okay, well maybe just don't go to school. So then I didn't go to school, and then at 14 I like officially left.
14?
Yeah.
Fucking hell. So were you homeschooled after that, or what?
Well, my one of the schools then had me on their books and would send a teacher, like, sometimes. But she was cool, like, she used to let me smoke fags and that, and so, like, it's a different time now, isn't it? Yeah,
it would not be allowed now.
It wouldn't, but yeah. And then I failed all my GCSEs, which I was only allowed to take 2. And one of them, actually, the head of year, who was a nice guy, Mr. Martin, and he did the maths paper with me.
And you still failed?
He still failed. We still failed. He actually did it. So that was funny. And actually, I don't know who got in contact with him. He came to my 30th birthday party and told that story.
No way.
Yeah, so that was he was cool. Big up Mr. Martin.
Big up Mr.
Who's still
Martin.
alive, I know, but like, so yeah, I don't go to a place, I don't go to a thing, I I'll try and just go to a nothingness.
Just empty.
Yeah. Like I was like diagnosed with like ADHD and like medicated like when it was like didn't exist. Obviously everyone's got ADHD now, but I don't see it as like a thing. Like it makes me good at the stuff I'm good at and just shit at everything else.
Yeah.
Like I'm good at like a couple of things and.
Like bodybuilding.
I'm good at bodybuilding
and like putting things down.
And yeah, but the bottom line is the structure of the training of just doing like, okay, I would lift some weights every week turned into like, and then it was like got to a point where like when I was allowed out, I joined the gym, and then I was like, well, I'm doing all this training, but I'm just eating sausage rolls, and maybe I'll eat something, and then like after 2 years of having a gym, I did my first show.
Yeah.
What
year would that be?
2010.
Fucking hell, yeah.
Yeah, 2020 first show at the West, I got absolutely smoked. I did a diet that was designed for someone else in an email that was just forwarded to me as like, this is a diet. And then someone told me, he assured me he was a bodybuilder and knew how to pose and stuff. And it turns out this was a lie.
It's like half the people on Instagram.
Yeah, well, there wasn't Instagram.
No, like
but
now.
yeah, like now, yeah. So he told me, and I believed him, because
Yeah.
he'd done a show, and I knew nothing about it, and I got fucking smoked.
So people that did one show and decided they were coaches were
Yeah, they still
around
existed,
there. They just weren't online.
Yeah, they just weren't online, yeah. And you were lucky to like find one. So, yeah, I got absolutely just destroyed. But the structure, all that, like, I went back and retook maths and stuff, and then and then all my friends started getting like nicked, like for like bigger stuff. And then I got, and I went to London because I got accepted at London College of Music, basically, after my dad got me into a music college here because he was a musician, he knew the guy who ran it, so he was just like, I know he's shit, like, but can you let him in? And I did all right at college. It was definitely a changing point, like, oh, I call them by their name, and like, I don't actually have to come, and it's music, and I love music.
So would you say you have an issue with authority then?
I guess so. I just think that it was just nothing contextualized. Like, yeah, Shakespeare was cool, but
why do we need to know
what the fuck am I going to do with that?
Yeah,
like,
I get that completely.
Yeah, like, so like a lot of it was just about like not really understanding why we were learning it.
Yeah. That's what was probably frustrating you, and even riling you up even more.
Yeah. And I'm still shit with that now. Like, I really hate stuff without end purpose. Like, I fucking hate it. I argue with my wife about it all the time.
Well, that's probably why you get so frustrated with the fucking modern day bodybuilders on Instagram posting all the shit, because it's like there's no purpose to it. You're just doing it to do it.
Yeah, and you're going to still be small. Like, it's fucking just a meltdown. And yeah, then I went to London College of Music, which was a good, it was good.
Yeah.
Then I went and did teacher training, which is like the Masters in Education.
It's mad that you've like, all you've said about teaching, and then like full circle.
You end
up
because college ultimately like switched it up. So I thought, well, maybe if I go and teach, then I could like hook someone else up, right? Like I could do that cycle for someone else.
Yeah.
And I do sometimes still see people in the street and they're like, Dan, you fucking changed my shit.
Yeah.
And that was kid.
Oh, that's cool,
you know,
then.
and so like those do come around and like, and you know, you reap what you sow and it was done for me. And before I retired as a teacher, like, you do it for that. But the take-home salary for teaching is 28 grand a year.
28?
28.
No,
which is fucking bad. Yeah. And it is your whole life. Like obviously, I did shows and like it was okay. And I ran a youth center as well because I was like really trying to like pay back for my demons. And it was just a lot. But then it just got to the point where it just became a numbers-driven like thing.
Yeah.
It just became like do you want to remark this? No, I fucking don't. You know, it became, and then I was like, well, if I'm not doing it, because I remember I did one lesson and like I organised a band and like I paid for them because the college refused to pay for them,
right.
Even though we were doing a recording module. So I paid for the band. They were good and they did me a kind of a deal anyway. They did it and I was just doing like the wind down of the lesson, like of like, we recorded this and isn't this like cool, you know, a summary with signal flow, and then just from the corner of the room, someone just went, that was shit, and I just thought, you know what?
Did you lose it then, or did you hold it in?
No, I just went, okay, that's the end.
That's it.
And then I thought, well, if I'm not getting paid. And no one fucking cares anyway.
What's the fucking point?
Then I think I'll just get out. But I was running a coaching, and actually it was a conversation with you. I can't remember where we were going. Probably up north. Probably up north. And, you know, I was talking about coaching, and you said, you should just fucking do it.
Yeah.
And so I did, and I ran I did it all simultaneously to, like, get, you know, enough before switching over. And now, you know, even though I'm not, like, technically, like, it's not how I imagined it, because I imagined I'd have all bodybuilders, but 50% of my clients are female. Most of them are lifestyle.
Yeah.
The competitors that I've done have all done well at their chosen shows. I've never had anyone like outside of like.
That's quite a good thing to speak about, actually, just because, you know, there's going to be. I speak to guys now, like even Jack today, because he was talking about like, you know, him with his videography, about like leaving his full-time gig in terms of work to then jump into a self-employed realm where you've got uncertainty every fucking day.
Yeah.
So like for yourself, going from, you know, a decent profession, a teacher, you know, you go through some fucking years of training and all that shit to be a teacher, isn't it?
Yeah.
So making the jump and going from teaching to coaching, was it something that did you get your client base to a certain number before you pulled the trigger, or did you get did you save, like Jack was, I'm saying Jack's business here, but he was saying about like saving up so much money before he jumped ship? Yeah,
I mean, I have the kind of wife where you can't save money.
Shout out to Alice.
Shout out to Alice. Well, now she's doing better than me, so fuck it. But I basically made a calculation of like, well, here's how many clients I need for it to equal my job. If I get double, then I should leave.
If you get double the clients?
The money.
Double the money?
Yeah. So at the point where I was earning double the amount of teaching.
From coaching?
Or close to. Or was it 1.5? God, it was a while ago now. Let's say it was 1.5. Once I got to 1.5, so it's like a buffer.
Yeah.
Because I could like lose some. Then I was like, because I'd fallen out of love with it, and I wasn't the teacher that I was once. I was a good teacher. I had an Ofsted grade 1. Like they tried to get me to teach other like I did lectures at university. Like I was good at my shit.
Yeah.
And then I wasn't. Because I'm doing these lectures, I'm putting my own time into it. You don't get paid to plan the lessons. And I was doing good lessons because I enjoyed it, because it gave me something, and until it didn't. And basically just the raising of the school leaving age or training age went up to 18.
Right.
And that changed, because I did FE, like college, and that changed everything. We were getting behavioural issues, like some kid like turned up late, and I was like, oh, you're late. And he was like, why don't you suck my dick, fam? And I was like,
fam.
I was like, is it all right? Well, no. You
Not today.
Bye. Like, so, it was getting weird. And obviously you can imagine the people there at like school going, yeah, so, what do you like? How are you going to move forward? Careers. But like, oh, so what do you like? Oh, nothing, yeah. Oh, right, cool. Do you like, do you like music? Yeah, I love music, yeah. I'm a rapper. Oh. And then they're like, oh, cool, why don't you go and ruin Dan's life? And so we ended up with loads of those guys.
Yeah.
And I'd reject people at interview for being just ridiculous. They're like,
man.
music's my life. And what it meant is they had like iTunes. And then they just let them in anyway, even though I'd been rejected. So they wasted loads of my time doing the interviews and just laying around. And I just thought, fuck this.
I guess if you're already falling out of love with it, then you're dealing with that on top of it. And I get that a lot, actually, because it's relatable to kind of the roles I've had where, although you kind of like DJing, obviously I used to DJ,
yeah.
and I fucking love music to this day,
Yeah.
and I would still love to be DJing, but then dealing with the people I had to deal with, and after so many years, you kind of like, not that you fall out of love with it, but it just weighs on you.
It was just, I didn't mind not getting paid and scraping for bills each year, like each month, and I didn't mind, because you get paid in two ways, right? You get paid financially, or you get paid, I call it soul points.
Soul points?
Yeah.
I like that.
So you get paid for helping people, right? And so everyone's like, yeah, but you got paid to do it. And I was like, the work I did was far exceeded, the pay.
Yeah.
But, it made me feel good. You feel like you're making a small difference. Once that was gone, and then it was just money, that was a no-brainer. I had to move on. So, that's where the coaching thing came. And now, in comparison, I had IBS, basically. Well, I went to the doctor. I was basically shitting myself inside out all the time. And I get ill all the time as well. And they, IBS is like the blanket term they give you when they don't fucking know. But then I quit teaching at a year after it, nothing.
All gone?
All stress-related IBS from teaching.
Shit. Yeah. Literally.
Yeah, I get 5-second gravy warnings, fucking 5, 4. And if you're not, shitting in bushes, walking the dog, all sorts. It's
Never.
Great. Yeah, I swear. And the dog's like, I want to roll in it. And you're like, please don't.
You're fucking nuts.
Yeah. And that was all just stress from being a teacher. So I know people so if you are someone and you've got kids and they go to school and there's some problems and try and think that the teacher is getting paid absolutely nothing
to deal with your
all of the things, and then if you go and then steam into them as well. It used to be that the parents would support the teachers. I mean, we didn't have much interaction because we were post-16, but your teachers are overworked. They've got no money. They're worrying about their bills. They're
shitting in bushes.
They're shitting in bushes. 100%. Every teacher shits in a bush.
Put it on a t-shirt.
Everything. Try and not then turn up and be like, oh, how dare you speak to our Dave like that? Dave's probably a cunt. I was a massive cunt as a kid. I deserved everything I got.
Yeah.
I
suppose, looking back now, though, obviously with where the coaching is now, it's what's the thing, silver lining and all that shit, because it's never easy going from security to oh fuck, what if I lose all these clients? Do you get any imposter syndrome with the coaching stuff?
Oh, 100%.
Does that stop? Does that, and off the back of that, does that stop you from doing content?
Yeah. It's funny because when I was a teacher, That was kind of my identity, and I was very proud of that. One of my proudest things is doing my PGCE because it was fucking hard. I did it in 1 year. And I didn't even go to school. It was fucking mental. And When I was a teacher and that was my job, when I did coaching, I was a lot more relentless, like with my coaching style.
Yeah.
And it actually worked better. Like the results, like for most people were like better, or they just leave. I'd be like, fine, fuck off. Now, obviously, like you retain people, you bendier, like there's more like, you know, like, and so at the beginning of coaching it was better because all of the people were like on it or not.
Yeah.
Whereas now I'm like more lifestyle, I have to spend more time on like, oh, you don't like chicken this shape, or like, oh, you know, like it's the wrong shape. It's the wrong shape. Or like, oh, rice, like, oh, you know, I don't like rice.
You're people pleasing a little.
You know, like, can I have like some ketchup on my brown flake? What, you know, like, and like, yeah, you can, obviously you can, but it takes a lot, you know, it takes a lot, with, you know, macro, like.
Yeah, you're having to.
You know, if it fits your macros and stuff like that, and then after 6 months, they're like, well, like, I've been doing the diet for 6 months. And I was like, well, let me recap over the last 6 months how many times you've actually done the diet. It's only 3 weeks. So you've actually, like, do you know what I mean? It's like, so actually it is harder. But in terms of imposter syndrome, and I guess it's not that I don't feel confident, because the people that come to me and get it, like, if you do the plan, I guarantee it. And I say that to them. If you do it, I guarantee results. The level of results in which you will get is a 50-50 combination, but I will definitely get you some results if you do it. I'm knowledgeable, and I guess I have a certain amount of maybe wisdom, you know, like the overview effect.
Yeah.
Of like, I've seen enough bodies and enough physiques and enough where someone send like their first check-in, and I have a rough idea of like their body type. You know, you get someone who's like a bit hairy, olive skin, like a little bit. You're like, oh, dieting's going to be hard for them. Like, you know, they're a bit stocky. Like, you can kind of get an idea of where to pitch like starting points and things like that, and then you get an eye for like when someone's flat and when they're not. Like, obviously everyone on preps thinks they're flat because they're actually just not big. Yeah. And everyone who's out of shape thinks they're holding water. Like, you know, like that. You get an eye for like all that sort of stuff. And obviously, there are people in science that like the science-based stuff, which I've found really useful. And obviously, being a teacher and doing that level of education means that I actually know what doing research is.
Yeah.
It isn't reading one paper and being like, that's fact.
Yeah.
You know, which is, I've done some research. Yeah, TikTok isn't research.
Or ChatGPT.
Yeah, so like, you know, you got, and everyone, what's the word that everyone says about data that's like not written down, not observational? Oh, bollocks, I'm never going to find it. But there's a word that someone says, anecdotal. I know this data is just anecdotal.
Yeah.
And I think it's like anecdotal data is one of the most valuable.
Yeah.
Like, if you've seen lots of people doing very similar things, your demographic, say I've seen, I don't know, 400 people go through the diet systems that I do, like, that's a pretty good case study, actually.
Yeah.
And you can draw a line of best fit through that. You know, ultimately, if I do one sample that's done a lot of people that don't lift, and really just read the methodology. So science is wicked. Think about it. It's like when I used to teach music. Like, oh, if you've got a guitar and you want to use compression on it, here's some settings. Here's some settings that to start you off on guitar compression, rhythm guitar. Use these compression settings, and then tune them. So science is really good as like a starting thing of like, here's kind of what should happen.
This is the fundamentals.
This is this is what should happen and stuff. But ultimately, everyone's fucking different.
Yeah.
And then everyone's different, like structurally. Everyone's fiber ratios are different.
Yeah.
Everyone's psychology is different. And now you have literally an infinite amount of variables involved.
Yeah.
Like a pin code is 4 numbers. 10 options on each number, 10,000 combinations. Now we're talking about psychology to the femur length, muscle type, structure. Like, imagine how many combinations there are actually. So I think like time in the game. So when I see people, they've done like one photo shoot under one coach, and then they're a coach, it just makes me think, fuck. And then I look at them and they've got more clients than me.
Yeah, they're definitely not getting imposter syndrome.
and they're not.
No.
Yeah, they're not. But I think that keeps you on your toes, doesn't it? If you think there's some level of imposter syndrome, no one's the best, right? Like,
No.
there's no such thing as the best, and there's loads of different like ways. As long as your methodologies are tight and you know how to react to something if it goes wrong, because that's the thing. Anyone can follow a diet when it's going great. What happens when it absolutely fucking U-turns?
Yeah.
Like what happened? You know, do you have the tools to implement them?
Yeah.
And that's what makes it a good coach, is being able to spot. I don't know. Everyone talks about fatigue. It's actually pretty rare, but being able to spot like the journey into fatigue. And pull it back before it happens, like that, like intuition, you know, like playing an instrument. You learn the chords and you learn the thing, and then you learn to like break the rules and become a jazz musician, and then your music's shit and everyone hates you. But like, do you know what I mean? Like learn the fundamentals, and then great musicians just go, oh, what key is it in? Oh, it's in bodybuilding key. Cool, I know my options.
Yeah.
And then. Like through that, and after seeing lots of physiques and lots of different things, and obviously learning off AMF, and if there's something I don't know, then I'm lucky enough to have friends that I will ask, and I learned that in teaching. Like if someone in your class asks you something and you don't know, never try and just wing it. Just say, that's a really good question, and next week I'll fucking let you know. Because sometimes even a 16-year-old student will come up with something and bamboozle you. Yeah. And I used to go and I was like, I will find out. And I would write it down and I'd come back. And so if I do get hit by stuff like that, then I will ask someone. I've got a few diabetic clients.
Yeah.
It can be quite ropey. Luckily, AMF is diabetic. So if there's something that I don't quite get, because no one's a specialist. You tell him everyone's a specialist toxicologist. Everyone's like, you know, a physiologist. Everyone's a doctor. And like you can't. Each one of those things is a lifetime's of work.
Yeah.
So like, even if you're a really great coach, you are still a jack of all, really.
You are, yeah. And it's about picking it up as you go along.
Yeah, exactly.
And again, that comes down to time spent. And again, it comes back to what we talked about not being the smartest person in the room. Because you've got those people around you that you can bounce the ideas off. Same as myself, if a client comes to me and says they don't know, or they want to know about this, want to know about that, if I don't know the answer, then you go, well, you've got to make sure that you're in the right circles.
It's okay not to know.
Yeah, it's okay.
And sometimes as well, and I think...
Rather than just like fucking Googling it or ChatGPT, they're both the same thing these days. Yeah. But Googling it and then finding an answer on there and then just fucking... reeling that off to them.
Yeah.
What is going on, people? Jumping in on this podcast to let you know about our incredible sponsors, Trained by JP, aka TBJP, the one-stop shop for all your bodybuilding needs. Whether you're looking for supplements or clothing, they have it all. Quite possibly the biggest range of subs you will find anywhere in the world, end of. Whether you're looking for pre-workouts, stim-free or high-stim, intra-workout shakes, post-workout creamer ices, vegan supplements, it is all there for you, as well as the highest grade of health subs that you will need in your arsenal. Check them out. It's www.tb-jp.com, and on there you will also find all the clothing which they release multiple times per year, but get your hands on them quick because they are limited drops. Use the discount code MAGIC10 for money off. Help the brother out, and let's get back to the podcast. Peace.
I was being Miami Dan, and I was and obviously people are like, oh, do you train? And I'm like, no, obviously not. And whatever, and there was this one woman, and I said, and she was talking about, oh, I just don't have a plan or whatever. I was like, you do realise, like, you can do it on ChatGPT if you know what you're asking it. You know, say, I want to train 4 days a week, and I'm a 55-year-old woman, and I want to do things, and I've got a hip issue, and and then it'll blueprint you a thing, and she was like, oh, but sometimes I wake up, my hip's really playing up, and I was like, then you can just tell. So you can do it, and actually coaching, you can coach yourself, right?
Yeah.
I love having a coach because I love to not think about it, so I can think about the rest of my fucking life.
Same.
Like, so
it's one less thing to think about, isn't it?
And that's not taking it away from AMF. Like AMF, has done great, and he, you know, and he definitely knows his shit. And most importantly, he knows my body, which is fucking weird. And so like, I'm not saying like that, but you can coach yourself, and I think not everyone, but most people starting out should explore themselves. Because also it gives you a baseline when you go to your first coach and go, this is what I've found so far. I mean, with lifestyle, you're not going to get that. Someone's going to turn up and be like, I'm a potato, how do I become a Greek god? And you go, Yeah, there's been a lot of conversations.
How many conversations a week do you have on it?
Yeah, probably about 5. Yeah.
A day?
A day, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's better than a GLP. I never understood the GLP. I never understood a drug that just took away a feeling. Like, you can't deal with a feeling.
Yeah.
Like, being hungry, you can't deal... Like, what was your childhood like? Did people just drop Mars bars in your mouth while you were breathing in the right direction? Like, I don't... Like, being a kid, I was hungry a lot. Not because I was abused, but just because I was out, I don't know, trying to kick a tree over or, you know, like...
Burn the fucking headmaster's
burning
kids' locker.
Shit, like, you know, like... You couldn't, like... So I never understood that, like, taking a drug for, like... for a feeling.
Yeah.
But I do understand that some, you know, never judge someone by your own standards. Like, I get it. I just... You know, what happens when you come off? Oh, all the feelings come back. Because it doesn't do anything, right? Like, if you took, like, Mount Jaro and force-fed yourself the exact same calories, you'd be just as fat.
Yeah.
So what you're doing is you're going from, oh, I've got fat from eating as much as I want, and now I take this drug and I eat as much as I want, but it's just less because I don't want much. You haven't really fixed anything, have you?
No.
I'm spitting a lot, and I know that I should have got some water.
Yeah, there's no water here.
Yeah, the lighting is really showing me how much I spit at people.
It's probably not been picked up, honestly.
Well, it has now. I wondered why all the girls I speak to are like...
Jesus. Yeah, so the Retta, that's...
The Retta is definitely a thing, and it definitely, like, does work. I think people are horrifically abusing it because they're using it for the GLP.
Yeah.
It's like, if you're just trying to do the feeling thing, they're trying to use Retta
to combat
for the GLP,
yeah.
which is not really like the approach.
Yeah.
Like,
it's the first thing people ask now. Like, obviously it's January, we've had a lot of new starters, I'm sure you have, and you'll send them the plan, because I'm not one, and you're probably the same, not to actually even mention PEDs or anything until they pose the question, or unless you know they're already about that.
100%. My advice is always don't.
Yeah. But then, you know, as soon as you send that plan over, the first reply is going to be, well, half the time is going to be, oh, what do you think about Retta? The boys have been telling me about Retta, and it's like, come on.
Yeah.
It's
Should we start training first? Should we just...
Yeah.
I mean, but the amount of people... Like, I had a conversation last week, it was like, never trained in his life, and he was like, I'm going to do a test cycle, and I was like, but you haven't trained. like, should we just train, like, first, just one thing at a time? You haven't even, like, done one day of the diet. And I get it, it is a thing, and maybe if there was all that information when I was younger, maybe I would have been the same. The Retta, like, is a good thing. I know it, it's a potential for diabetics is fantastic. It could replace metformin.
I think the good thing, I was listening to a podcast with Justin Jacoby from Camp Johnson, and he was saying about, with, the pathway that it works on, about it being good for, like, addicts, like, for outside of bodybuilding.
Yeah.
Like, addicts, of finding that, to switch that off.
Okay.
Which I never thought of it in that way, but it's a really interesting way of, like, switching that noise off.
Yeah, I suppose if food is your noise, and people are, like, some people get amazing joy from food, and I do get, like, again, don't judge others by their own, like, thing. Like, I don't like cocaine, I just like the smell of it. But which is why I don't do it anymore. Yeah, dad joke. Yeah. If that's your thing, that you bring the most joy into your life, then I get it. Yeah. I personally, like, my sister says the word delicious.
Delicious?
Yeah, delicious. I actually, it makes me, like, grimace. Like, it's...
In regards to what?
I don't know, just the word delicious.
You just don't like the word
I fucking
general.
hate it.
Delicious.
Oh, mate.
Did you think my cream of rice with chicken and...
Well, let's talk about this. Because I like blend stuff. I think I had a tuna shake with a banana in it or whatever, because we were on a bit of a schedule and stuff like that. And you whipped out this thing, which initially looked pretty standard. You know, I've been on Instagram and seen women with the buttocks, and they are eating similar. It's berries, it looked cream of rice, it was a bit orangey. And I thought, that's probably some vanilla whey, cream of rice, some berries. Oh, hashtag blessed, yeah? Normal shit, yeah? And then you went and dumped chicken on it. Is that right? And then you were like, I know what this needs, ketchup. And yeah. I mean, where I was, the questions were endless, but the main question, which I'll pose to you again, is, what does the ketchup do? Is it because it's in between the line of sweet and the ketchup then makes it savoury, or is it like, what's the thought process of the addition?
So if I was to eat chicken and rice,
yeah,
I'd put some ketchup on. Obviously reduced ketchup.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't, but yeah, okay.
So I'd have some ketchup on.
All right.
And because I don't eat whey,
okay,
I use vegan.
What? Oh, you got the liquid bum.
No, nothing to do with the bum, the throat.
Oh, you got stress-related throat
It's
bum.
like fucking anaphylactic shock.
Really?
From whey, yeah.
Really?
And I have it from anything. So I don't fucking nearly die, but it swells up and goes like really mucousy. So that's why I've used vegan now, because it doesn't cause me the issues.
Do you ever use like the MRE that's like animal protein?
All do the same. Even the fucking beef.
But that's not got whey in it. Even beef?
Even beef was fucking me up.
What, because it's made in the same factory?
I'm not sure. And trust me, before I was sponsored by Trained by JP, Magic 10 for money off, got to get that in. Every supplement company, because obviously I've got relationships with all the guys, they've sent me their fucking tubs to say, I bet ours won't cause you those issues because we use the best whey protein and it always causes me issues. So...
But even with beef?
Yeah, beef isolate. And the clear, you know the clear shit?
Yeah.
Even the clear.
But beef...
I know.
Okay, anyway, yeah, carry on.
I have no answer for you.
No, okay, no, that's
the only
fine.
answer is the vegan.
I accept that you cannot.
You don't accept my cream of rice with ketchup,
I accept. But why not, like, you know, people go to the restaurant and they're like, oh, I'll have a starter and I'll have a main course and then I'll have a pudding. See, I would probably go...
Separate it.
Eat the chicken as a main course, even if there's maybe some...
It used to be that.
And then I would... But you just...
It used to be a side.
Used to be like yesterday or like in the distant past?
In the early days of that 31-week prep, it was a side. So I'd have it as a side, yeah?
Before or after? It's important.
It would be like a bit of both.
Intermittent?
I'd have a bit of cream rice.
Intermittent?
And then I'd get some chicken, yeah. And then I thought one day, because my taste buds were fucking having a party because of prep, the deeper into it I got, I thought, you know what? And then I was like, fuck.
Oh, was that the point in prep where everything tastes great and it's just the feeling that something's in your stomach, so
exactly
it doesn't matter?
That.
Okay, yeah, I understand that. I used to have dreams of like potatoes filled with rice and like shit like that, like because you're so far away from dreaming about a Mars bar.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean that makes sense, but now.
Yeah, we've carried it on. It's tradition now.
I do get the tradition thing. That's why I still kind of.
But I actually, as you probably could see from me eating it,
yeah.
I do actually enjoy it. Like.
You actually now you enjoy it.
I enjoyed it. Lemon cream of rice as well.
There's so many obstacles to that being nice.
I mean, the real reason why I ate it was because I wanted to appear hardcore because you were drinking a tuna shake, bro.
I mean, you win. You fundamentally you win.
I'm a proper bodybuilder.
Like you win. Like I had a banana and cream of rice and tuna in it and some salt. Because the tradition. Yeah. Because I had so much going on with teaching and stuff like that, that was one, and I don't like relying on whey.
Same.
I don't know
That's why I have the chicken.
Yeah, and then you came and you actually chewed on, like, it was, horrific. Fair play. I was in awe.
Proper bodybuilding.
It was proper. It's made me question everything, if I'm honest.
See, that's probably why you lost out this year.
That is probably why I didn't get my pro card, is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me and Dan competed at the British for the first show ever together.
Oh, yeah, it was.
Different classes, obviously, because he's fucking massive. But he dropped it on me that I should have done France with him and Josh. And I was like, fuck, I should have as well, because it was well within my timeline.
Yeah. I didn't think. I knew Josh was doing 400,000 shows. And he turned up at...
Join the club.
Yeah. He turned up at the Ultraflex show, which... I was emceeing, which I probably won't do again because I definitely wasn't given instructions for how to do it. Everyone just assumed, I was like, I know how shows are. Like, I've been at shows, and then realised that
You didn't have a clue what you're doing.
I'm backstage at shows, and I don't see any of this. And then
Are you the UK equivalent to 𝘂𝘱𝘰𝘯𝘴𝘰𝘵?
and then like after a minute, I was like, spoke to one of the judges, like, can you give me a piece of paper that tells me like what order? Because sometimes there's like one person.
Yeah.
Like, do I take them off to bring them back on, or like do I leave them and then just start?
Just clueless.
Like I was like. I mean, and there wasn't really a wrong answer, but I was like, consistency would be good. Like,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? Like, if they all did the same, like, thing. So I apologise if you're in that show and thought I was shit. I was a bit shit.
Did you, you know, when you were doing that, did you feel like you wanted the ground to swallow you up a little bit? Or
At times, yeah, 100%, yeah. 100%.
What did Ant say? Did he comment on it? He must have.
No, well, I didn't get any, like, I didn't flop it.
All right, okay. You're talking like you fucked it completely.
Well, no, I mean, standing up in front of a large group of people and commentating, it's quite hard.
Harder than being in a fucking thong?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, it would have been. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Like, I'm trying to hype the crowd. Like, you know, as well, like, crowds now are like.
Yeah.
So, like, trying to be like, let's give it up for, you know, like, yeah, it was difficult, but I didn't ask the right questions, and then maybe people assumed that I'd done it before, and so I did do a few boo-boos, but, like, it did run okay, apart from fucking 𝘗𝘳𝘰𝘶𝘥𝘭𝘺, who, like, you know, you go to a show and it's small, like, and they say you're going to be on at this time, like, or any show, you just turn up and you stay there. But Jim, like, went and just arrived at the time he was supposed to be on.
Dead on time.
And the class was, like, already on.
Oh, no.
So he missed out on doing the show, which is a shame, because obviously George is a great bodybuilder, and it would have been great to see. And he was able to do a posing routine, but couldn't compete.
Compete, yeah.
Ultimately, which was shit. I felt really bad for him, but I was like, I probably would have just stayed there all day. Like, just to make sure.
Yeah, that's advice to, like, new guys stepping on stage this year. I'm sure there's a few of you watching. Don't fucking arrive, like, close to the time that you've been given. Get there early and fucking stay there, because the shows are always mismatched, and, you know, there's always different times.
It's one of those things as well, and it's why when I try and eat, I didn't manage it this time, try and eat light, or not really have a very rigid plan for show day, like quite an easy to, with some backups, or even with clients, I'm like, here are your options of when it runs over. Because, you know, even if you're there backstage, like, they kind of, and then they start, you know.
Yeah.
So if you're not there, they go dark mode often, and at least if they've got a plan for, like, if it runs over, if it runs under, like, don't do the thing, like, because I've never known a show run class on time.
Never.
Like,
well,
the British was too.
Yeah, it was insane, man.
It was the first show of the year that didn't put bodybuilders on first, so already that was annoying.
Man, it was the first show, like, I worked for Two Bros. I filmed for them for years. It's the first show since I've ever fucking done shows for them. The bodybuilding wasn't on at 9 a.m. Because obviously I was going to PCA. And I was like, right, 9 a.m. on stage on the Saturday, job done, get that done. In the car by 11:30. Down to Telford, chill in my Airbnb. The reality is I got to Telford at fucking midnight. And my head was fucked from sweating everything out on fucking stage as well. So that was a mess. But you handled it well. You looked sick.
It was all right. There was some presentation, like, issues. I think everyone suffered a little bit with the timing of it.
And the heat. Don't forget to mention the heat on stage.
And it was very, very hot.
That's where I sweated,
It was very hot. But I think that some physiques changed through that time. It's hard, you know. But that is, you know. But again, you can't. You're all under the same conditions, you know. So you can't complain.
No.
Everyone's in the same thing. It's just they were. Me, it was like flattening out.
Yeah,
and for other people, it was like spilling. Or holding water, or in your case, sweating. It's just one of those things. But yeah, people competing, like, expect to be fucked about.
Yeah.
And also, everyone's got main character syndrome. Everyone there is competing, myself it believes that the whole show is for me.
It's about them.
Yeah. And so the people organising it obviously get really pissed off, don't they? Because everyone's waltzing around, like trying to get up at the very last second before they call out.
Yeah.
Like watching everyone else, like, oh, he's doing some side laterals. Like do you know what I mean? And the people come out and go, do you want to go on fucking stage? And everyone's like, oh my God, that's so rude. It's like, imagine being the backstage person, like
having to deal with that with like, what was it, 300 competitors through the day?
Yeah, I don't.
All doing the same shit.
Even judging. I've judged one show. I did it with Josh Law. It was at IBFA, whatever. It's fucking hard. It is fucking hard. And then the IBF show, like some of the winners and stuff were like pretty clear. Like Don Valley turned up out of shape, like really, which he kind of does. But he won because he is phenomenal.
He's a lump, isn't he? He's a big boy.
Yeah, great shape.
I thought I was going to go up against him, and I was bricking it a little bit because I was like, what is he going to turn up at?
Yeah.
Luckily he didn't. He pulled prep for some reason. I'm not sure why. I haven't spoke to him, but yeah, it was.
Yeah, I mean, we never really know. Like, he just can't seem to get his head into the getting the peeled. Otherwise, he would be pro immediately.
Yeah, definitely.
He's phenomenal. So fucking can't remember what we're saying.
You were talking about judging the IBFA.
Yeah. So anyway, he won, and that's thing. But then look, to be a judge like at something like the British, like the lineups were stacked and it was close. Like, how do you call it? There has, and like this being impartial, like there has to be a preference. Some people like it if the legs are overpowering. Some of the time, and I've done judging, and like I'm trying to be completely unbiased and stuff, and it's hard. It must be, so hard. But you ultimately turn up and you pay your money and you go, can you judge me?
Yeah.
And then they judge you.
You can't moan about it then.
You can't. They can't be wrong. You asked them to do it.
Yeah.
I was like still in the mix, so I was pleased. Obviously, I had an injury which fucked me up, and I did a run of shows I shouldn't have really.
Yeah. Speak about like the because I know from like last year, was it? Well, not last year, the year before now, isn't it? Because it's 2026, but 2024. You think you were unhappy with how kind of things went?
Yeah, I just basically had an injury that took me out.
Yeah.
For like I tore my adductor, my hamstring, my adductor and my hip flexor, and moved my hernia mesh.
Was that in prep?
No, it wasn't. But it didn't. It probably to get back to training at full capacity was probably a year. So I worked around it the best I could, but ultimately it's like, has anyone broken their thumb or their scaphoid? You don't realize how much you use it until you can't fucking use it. Yeah, having your adductor fucked, you don't realize that it's in fucking everything. I couldn't, when I first did it, I couldn't even chest press because my legs were too flat.
Oh, okay. It's just pulling too much.
It was pulling too much, it was initially all training was all. Anyway, I booked it, I said I'd do a show and I did an international show, but basically my arse and hamstrings had just fallen off. And so I didn't have striated glutes, which has never happened before, but you can't condition what's not there. And so this year was a test of can I come back from being injured and provide something like I did maybe at the Arnold, maybe even a touch better, and I think I did that.
I think so.
And if I hadn't, then I would have probably hung the trunks up. So because I don't want to be someone who's doing all the things that I still train. I love training. I'll probably train more if I wasn't competing. I'd train more because I can't my recovery for what the style of training that I do is I'm not a good sleeper. And so I'd probably train more just for enjoyment.
Which is, it should be that anyway, but I guess obviously competing, we have to manage it, and rather you have to play the enjoyment versus what you're actually trying to do in it.
Yeah, and so I just don't train many days because I want to train harder. I mean, the other rabbit hole is that my training style has changed.
You've done a lot of juggling around to find what works. Yeah,
well now as well, I'm just a bit older.
How old are you?
I'm 41. Just doing so I have to find things away, like our leg session today, which you enjoyed immensely.
I did enjoy it, but while we're speaking on that, because me and Dan have known each other fucking hell, what was it, 2019-ish?
Yeah.
Before COVID, wasn't it?
For the first video. Yeah, it was definitely before COVID.
Yeah, so it was like max muscle, wasn't it?
Yeah,
The kind of times.
2018 then, I reckon.
Yeah, 2018. So we've known each other, fucking hell, like 8 years. So you've seen me develop, you know.
Oh, yeah.
And you've touched on it a couple of times. But what I'm getting to is not to fucking talk about myself, but you're obviously 41. I'm 41.
Yeah.
Didn't want to fucking put that age out there anymore. But I'm 41. No, I'm 41, fuck. Yeah, so, but I'm still approaching and going at bodybuilding like a fucking 31-year-old. But again, that's because of my time in the game.
Like training age.
My training age, yeah. And I guess one thing I wanted to speak about is like exposure to the PED side of things as well. Because do you think, you know, with obviously you being 41, are you more conscious about what you're doing on that side of things as well as the training?
In terms of health?
Health?
Yeah.
Because do you think there's also like training age, do you think there's also an exposure age? No, because I started so late.
Yeah.
Bodybuilding and using what we got to use. Do you think?
Well, I think there's
it's an advantage.
I think there's two. The first point is ultimately like I never used loads of gear, not because I would have used all the gear if it made me better. I got to a point of using gear where it made me feel so shit that my training got shit. And so then it wasn't worth it.
Yeah.
And part of being a genetically good bodybuilder is your ability to
use less.
Take loads of drugs.
Oh yeah, use more, but
yeah, like and
less sides, yeah.
Yeah. So like in terms of like the health perspective, like I get my bloods done all the time, and actually they were better than they have been in 7 years after this prep, which is interesting. But ultimately, like nothing's declining. Like over the last 10 years, nothing's declined.
Yeah.
Like my cholesterol's a bit high. It always has. Most of the research says it's kind of genetic anyway, and just like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like so, like nothing's.
Yeah,
like
so genetic predisposition.
Yeah, like, and it's not mad out. Like, and it's consistent. You know, like, so, like. In terms of like health and all that sort of stuff, like I don't take any special considerations of age, No. I think that like with drugs, you have like two like max outs, right? Like so, you have your natural max out. Say you trained naturally forever, you'd have a max out, and then like you trained for I don't know 5 years and you hit your natural max out, and that was it, and you were kind of just there, just based on your genetics. That was where you were going to get, and then and then you have your drugs ceiling, and then I just think that because of time in the game that you haven't hit your drug ceiling. Maybe.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, I think so. I'm still looking at the door though. Like, still got like an eye on when I need to. I know I can't go on forever. Like,
yeah.
I can't go on. Like, you've been doing this since what? You were 18, 19?
21.
21, sorry.
21 was the first time.
So 20 years, you said, when I
Yeah, picked up a weight in my bedroom.
So 20 years. My exposure currently is, in terms of like going after bodybuilding, is like 4 years, say. Since after lockdown, like, so it's like 2022.
So if it was after bodybuilding, 23, so yeah, still like in the teens.
Yeah.
Yeah, still in the teens zone. But I mean, yeah, I still started training like late, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, what you've managed to achieve, I mean, you talk about newbie gains.
Yeah.
I mean, you're out of newbie gains, but you're
I hope so,
but you're still pretty fresh, right? Like,
Yeah.
So like what you're going to be able to do in a year compared to me is probably more. And well, certainly last year, it was like, you know, like over the year, like if I can put 2 pounds on like a year, like I'm like into it. Whereas you've done what? And like,
yeah, like, well, 58 up from the Mr. Wales win in 2022.
58 pounds.
58 pounds up now. Obviously, I'm off season, so I'm like softer. But 58.
What about stage? Like British?
British was 224, so 24 pound in 4 years.
Yeah, so that's £5.
Yeah.
£5 a year.
Yeah.
I mean, they say Ronnie Coleman was like the best ever because he could pretty much put on 7 pounds of pure muscle a year.
I did, so from year 1 to year 2, and year 2 to year 3, I did 10 pound every year, stage weight.
Yeah.
Then do you remember when I got ill and I kind of fucked it all off?
Yeah, yeah.
I lost a year there because I stepped on stage the same weight the next year.
Okay, yeah.
And then from last year, 2024, to this year, is £10 again. So it's been like, 30.
If you average it out.
It's averaged out, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe £6 a year or something. But yeah, it's, I think, you've definitely got to take into account your age, but you've also got to take into account your exposure to things, and that both being your PDs, but also the training, which is the kind of the point I was getting to with like my joints, even though we're the same age, I'm probably able to go a little bit more than yourself.
Yeah, it's wear and tear.
Wear and tear.
It is wear and tear. And like, the older you get, like, I remember being young and feeling hardcore if I got injured. Being like, I've got a fucking injury, fucking, because like I know that it would be all right in like 2 weeks. Yeah. Now I'm like,
2 years.
Now I'm like, I think I've got a niggle. Well, it's probably all right. Like 2 months.
2 months.
Like,
it doesn't fucking disappear. Does
like
it?
or that time like you broke your arm when you were 17, like comes back. like
rears its
I
head
get that
again.
shoulder thing. I was playing ice hockey at the time, and I compound fractured my shoulder, so my what's it called, collarbone stuck out, and I folded my forearm in like 4 places.
Oh,
like
nice.
that. And I never felt it until recently. Like all the old stuff you thought you got away with, it's like, I probably didn't mesh quite as well and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm like aware that like the end is nigh.
Have you got a number on it? Even though you said you would have called it this year if you hadn't brought back what you thought you lost.
Like a couple. I mean, it's just. I just wrote it down to get an IFBB Pro card after the NABBA thing. After I won like the NABBA Britain and like became a NABBA Pro, and there's not really any pro show, and then COVID like killed NABBA really. I just wrote down be an IFBB Pro, and so it was a promise to myself, and I think those should be the strongest promises that anyone makes. And I still think that I'm still in the mix, I'm still in the realm. Yeah, I could have gone show hunting, like I probably could have stayed on prep and probably got it like this year, but you can say that, but I fucking didn't. You know, I could have been a fucking astronaut, you know, if I'd have trained to be an astronaut. So
I hate these sayings as well. I could have done that, but why talk about it? Because
so I fucking didn't. But I think it is possible.
Oh yeah,
100%. So I'm going to give it another go.
Fucking right.
And if you know, like I said, my health markers are nothing like saying not to. I was actually I was born with a genetic heart condition as well, and so that gets tracked as well. And the last conversation with my specialist was, you've got away with it, but you should think about it in the next few years.
Yeah.
Like it hasn't declined. You were born with it. I'd love to say it's your fault. I think
maybe he's born with it. Maybe.
So I just run on less blood oxygen because I have a low ejection fraction.
Right.
So I run on a couple of % less oxygen than everyone else because my left ventricle is spongy.
Spongy.
Yeah, that's the.
I hate it when I hear these terms, man, about the heart. Like.
Yeah, spongy. Yeah, so like I'll probably.
Tacky valve. That's another one I hate. That
tacky.
Tacky valve. Have you heard that?
No, I mean it sounds. Yeah,
I think
it's
it's
like a shit T-shirt. Like a Team U T-shirt.
Like one of the T-shirts you get from like Spain, you know.
In the pool. Ibiza. Ibiza.
And you wear it when you're a fat kid. You wear it in the pool, stop getting sunburnt, and then it falls apart on you. Yeah. Them ones.
Tacky heart. Yeah, no.
Tacky heart. Yeah.
Well, she didn't say I had one of those, so I do feel better.
Yeah.
About it. But there is. It's about getting better, isn't it? And like having something that you work on, that you get better at, is what people that are sad in their lives are ultimately usually missing. It doesn't really matter what it fucking is.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It could even be playing video games.
Yeah.
Like just something that you're really into that you can get better at.
Yeah.
You know, it's better if it's physical, right? Because humans aren't supposed to just sit down and, wank.
Get better at wanking.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, at our age, everyone's perfected that, right? 13 was the pinnacle. But like, that's the thing. Some people work at Audi and they have no things, and their thing is they want to have a family and be a good parent and get
Yeah.
better. Like, and they're happy, like absolutely wicked. So with bodybuilding, is just, what I don't want to do is be one of the bodybuilders that turns up at shows for the next 5 years getting worse. I don't want to.
I do get that.
You know,
It's about having that awareness, though, isn't it?
yeah,
I'm sure you are aware enough, and I know that Ant will probably give you the nudge if it ever were to happen. But I think
Yeah.
you'd know before that conversation anyway.
I'm
This year was proof of that you're definitely not done. So I believe you're going again this year, 2026.
I'm gonna pretty much carbon copy it. So I've kept it like real tight since the show, because not because I'm hardcore or whatever, or so, like I'm still like lean, like I'm probably like only like 10 pound off, something like that. I can't remember off the top of my head. But just because I'm like naturally like not a big guy, and pushing for weight has always been my Achilles heel. So the way that I recover and sleep better and like that is to stay lean.
Stay lean.
Yeah, like that's better for me. And my times of pushing up to 300 pound, those times are gone. I think that they've really served a purpose, a point.
Yeah.
Because your body gets used to it. Like I remember the first time like pushing up, like to 250 or something, it was hell. Then the first time pushing up to 280 was hell, but 250 was easy. And like
Yeah.
and so now like once you've hit 300, I can hold a solid 280 like
Comfortably.
like comfortably. So I'm gonna stay within like
Touching distance.
and also doing a prep of like ended up having to cut like 40-50 pounds.
Yeah, it's not good, that, is it?
It's not I do think there is a time and place in everyone's journey to just fucking go.
Yeah. To get that fat, like that big.
Like
Full
just to
send
like
off season.
just to make sure that like you're in a calorie surplus 100% of the time. Like you're not missing any fucking markers. Where if you run it like too close, maybe your session's a little bit too hard or runs a bit over, and you can dip in and out. Or you get the people that do the cheat meals and then their two weekly cheat meals bump their weight up, but the rest of the time they're in a deficit, so they're not actually gaining. Like they're only gaining on 2 days, or not that would actually happen, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So like I think there is a time in everyone's, especially if it's a weakness. Like putting on weight for me was really hard, so I made it my mission to put on as much weight as I could, eating 7,000 calories, eating 7 times a day. Like some people just naturally weight just flies on.
Yeah.
So obviously the opposite would be the case with them. You wouldn't do that with like a client like that. But people who struggle to put on weight need to go and find a way of being comfortable at higher weights. So the lower ones are then the new, and it is a stepping
it's just
stone.
up and down, isn't it?
Yeah,
like Samson now, isn't it? Samson's like 340,
It's fucking insane.
and like he's comfortable at that. Like when I was up with him the other week, obviously you guys probably watched the podcast, but he was comfortable, and I was like,
At 315, which was the most I got up to, which was stupid thinking about it. Horrendous, felt horrendous.
yeah,
305, horrendous still. Like 290, copable. 280, sound. Kind of like, and 270 is like I got married at 270 and I was like, sweet spot.
So what are you now?
Like 258, I think, like nothing.
So 270 to 280 is going to be your.
I think I could put, like 270, well, 20 pounds, 278.
£20 from you.
Yeah, and then I think as well, like going up that high and maybe holding it, like I've never done a mini cut in my life. I only cut for shows.
Yeah.
I think obviously like there probably was some tissue that had been lost, and maybe the fatigue of just having to lose that much. I'd always do a longer prep because, but yeah, that sort of thing that I could probably recover from when I was younger. It's an adaptation that like is a methodology yet to be proven.
So if you're running a carbon copy, then first show will be what, like the regional just before France?
Like end of September, right?
End of September.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And then France was like 3 weeks later, and then the British was like 2 weeks later.
Are you going to come to Milan then for the Masters show?
No.
Because you don't want to be a Masters.
I'm not ready to be a master.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I'd do like another show. Like I'd look at others. I might do a longer run because I think if I have less weight to budge, I might have a little bit more, and I'll do a shorter prep if I have less.
Less weight to budge.
You know, if I only have to cut 30 pounds, like I can do that in 15 weeks, fucking easy.
Yeah.
Like
you'll be fresher for a longer period.
Yeah, I might be fresher for longer, and maybe I'll do a little bit more of chasing. Do a little bit more of a chase, which always I've not like turned up at hard shows and not won.
Yeah.
Maybe do a little bit of chase. Not pick a easy one necessarily. It's just where they fall, isn't it? But I've always liked to turn up to the big shows, like the British or when the Arnold was on, and like be part of like that. And I really enjoyed the British. I really enjoyed it. I thought it felt old school. The guys like backstage, there was some banter and like,
yeah. Even the tanning the day before. It was we were all obviously standing there with cock socks on, but we were all there fucking catching up, and it was a cool moment.
That felt like what was maybe missing for a little bit, and but then at the bigger shows, obviously all the regionals, then you come together, so you're going to meet like it's this guy, like blah, blah. And the people like, and that was like it was at like the Arnold, like the top spots were there, and imagine what that would have felt like in the UK BFF days of the British finals when there was only really one of those shows. Like everyone from all the regions, everyone would have known each other, and everyone like that must have been. I mean, I did do that. I did do the British, but obviously no one fucking knew me. So I wasn't in the. But I do remember. Like, seeing Luke Sando and stuff like that. Because I competed with Luke Sando, I think maybe it was his first year, I think 2012 at the British. He did there used to be intermediate classes. Intermediate over 90s was like their super version. Yeah. And Luke was there. That was the first time like I met him, and I thought, that's going to be something. Yeah. And so I wasn't in the clique. And then Hollingshead was, because Hollingshead's been, talk about time down. Yeah. Like.
Earned his stripes.
Fuck, when did he start? Like 14, he did his first show at like 16 or something. Like
I've lost track.
I mean, he is getting like some issues, like nerve issues, like now, which has affected his leg training, which he's open about, so he wouldn't mind me saying.
He's still in it though.
He's still just like strong ass motherfucker. Like lifting shit like that.
But even him. Like with what we've been talking about with you adapting your training, he's had to adapt his training, because obviously we've seen them doing them fucking crazy squats in Muscleworks Orpington, and doesn't do that anymore. He can, if he needs to, he can fucking pull the rabbit out the hat. Yeah. But what is the return off that? Yeah, there is no return. Yeah. For where he's at in the game.
Well, also, like, there is a point where, like, you can't. It's stupid to get stronger, and I think like Hollingshead got away with it. Most people would not have done that. No. Like, so there is a point of like diminished returns. Here's a question for you.
For me?
Yeah.
I'm the fucking host here, bro.
No. You get this one. Like, what is it's a bit deeper. It's a conversation.
Come on, then.
The conversation. It's how do you think Hollingshead's like career and training and his progression would have been if Luke was still here?
How do I think he would have done? I don't think
that relationship that they had.
I think with James, he's been, and he probably agreed with this, he's been a little bit. There's never like he's obviously focused on bodybuilding, but he's been a little bit veering to each lane. Whereas I think if Luke was there, because obviously Luke was at a point where he was at the top, and obviously them two bouncing off each other, I think he would have kept James in that lane that he was in at that time when you've seen the red con and all the shed was fucking created, you know? I think Luke would have drawn him into that lane and kept him on that path, maybe. Whereas, he's still obviously progressed over the years. Of course. But I think it would have been a lot more linear.
It was because they just kind of came up and they were from the same sort of like mindset and stuff like that, and like it was just a question that I'd wondered in myself, and I just thought it was interesting. And obviously, sadly enough, we'll never know.
No. Plus that competition, they're both English lads, and they're boys, but it's still, it's like us today training there. You were obviously training with me, and I was training with you, and yes, we were competing against each other to a certain point, and that would have obviously kept him zoned in as well. So Yeah, one of those stories we'll never fucking know about, unfortunately.
Well, I don't know why I brought it up, to be honest.
It's deep.
But it was deep. And Jay, because James is getting a lot of stick at the moment.
Yeah, he's getting...
and I think that, like what we need, the way that I think about it is even take the stage thing. Like, he's a class act in everything he does. Like, and he deserves the respect to have that. Like, what he's done, how he conducts himself, how he communicates with, like people. Like,
do you know what I think? Not to cut you off. You know that he's with Zach now.
I mean, I don't agree with the hopping.
Not the hopping, but I think, you know, with the fact, going back to, like, Luke being a British guy, I think with James now being with Zach, and with them being not just, like, a new thing, they've been friends for years, and they're both, there's no bullshit about them. Yeah. Zach's obviously straight down the middle. And I think that is going to be something that's, obviously, if it continues, it'll be good for James.
I hope so.
I think it will.
I hope so. I mean, it must be hard. Imagine being under that much pressure and scrutiny. Like it must be like...
Oh, it must be draining, man.
Yeah, like it's hard. It's hard. The pressure that you put on yourself as well. I mean, obviously, James is a friend of mine. We have him on the podcast all the time and stuff. And if you watch the podcast, the 100% or Nothing, you'll see James at different kind of states of psychology and stuff. He's really deep. Yeah. He's a really deep guy. And I think that like maybe that is one of his downfalls, is the overanalysis of
the overthinking.
Yeah.
You probably agree with that as well.
Yeah, 100%. I wouldn't say anything out of turn.
No. It's, I mean, it's one of those things, isn't it? It's, like you said, paralysis by analysis. It's good to be like a deep thinker and be that in tune with it, but sometimes it can swallow you up as well. Yeah. Being too deep in the thoughts. Yeah. I'm going to put one thing to you, because we are on 1 hour 23 now, aren't we?
It's flown by.
It's flown.
Really flown by.
Time goes quick when you're having fun, Dan.
Exactly.
To finish this up, to wrap this up, what would you say one rule that you live by, mate? We've got to have like something deep here. I've nicked this off another podcast.
Fucking hell, one rule.
Yeah.
I mean, the one, I mean, I've already given one, which is like, don't judge others by your own standards. Yeah. The add-on that I hate about that, the people that is, because you'll always be disappointed. Yeah. Like, that's an add-on. I don't agree with that add-on. Because actually, don't judge yourself, because actually they might be better. Yeah, okay. So I don't like the add-on of you'll always be disappointed, because actually you might be surprised, right? Yeah. Like, just because you're not capable, like someone else actually, someone else might be. In terms of how I like is just and it's probably a downfall of mine is the promises that I make to myself, like, are ironclad. Like, whether I get there or not, like, if I've set out and laser focused to do something, like, I put everything into doing it. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
I understand that.
And like, it is, and that's kind of with the pro card thing. Maybe people are like, oh, but you're going to be a shit pro. And it's like, but I made a promise to myself to do it. So I'm going to chase that shit. And it occupies that part of my brain that otherwise would go into a negative, like, overdrive. Like, do you know what I mean? Having a focus. I've always had a focus, whether it was ice hockey or skateboarding or something, or like music, like always having like a focus of trying to be good at that. Amber said that as well. Like, if he worked at Burger King, he'd be super sick at like flipping the burgers and stuff like that. But I wouldn't say I like live like by like anything necessarily. Just don't give a fuck about other people. Like, I know it's so fucking obvious, but like, also apart from anything else, like, other people's reactions and how they act is one of the things that you have no control over. So that is literally a waste of time thinking about it. It's a waste of energy. It's a waste of time. You know, worry about the things that you're into control. It's the serenity prayer. You know the serenity prayer? So like, it is ultimately that. And I think that is actually not a bad thing to live by. You don't have to be an alcoholic to live by that. Like, how does it? I can't remember how it fucking goes. My mum goes on about it all the time. Oh, there's the anonymous part of that gone. It's like the power to deal with the things that you can change No, I actually fucking don't know. Look it up.
You're butchering it.
Look it up. Look it up. It's a good one. But basically, like, yeah, like, just do your own shit. Do it relentlessly, and as long as it's no one. So, and also on the other side, as long as it's not hurting anyone, like, don't give a fuck about what they're doing either.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I
Do you know
agree.
what I mean? But yeah, like that's a big question. I don't necessarily live like in a framework. I just do like to think that like I kind of do things like on my own terms. Like,
Yeah,
really.
I would agree. I would say so, you do.
Yeah, and I really.
Hence why you struggle so bad with fucking doing Instagram and social media, because
I really do.
you can't fucking...
I really do. And which is weird because I don't give a fuck about what people think.
No.
But I do kind of care about like the quality of putting stuff out. And actually, Instagram now isn't about the quality of the stuff. We've got some great videos. You came and filmed some great videos. There was some great videos. Grealish came and filmed some great videos. There's loads of really great content. No one fucking cares.
No.
No one fucking cares about like really great content. So like, it's maybe like just being the part of the churn machine.
That's
Whereas
it.
like I don't want to say I'm a perfectionist, but like I'm kind of an all or nothing.
Yeah.
So I think that's why my Instagram and socials is like nothing. Because like I want it to be good, but actually it doesn't matter. And people may have seen me try, and maybe it's too shit now, I don't know.
No, like we spoke about earlier, I said, Dan, about content and that, and obviously sometimes, or some people can just do the content, like I do quite a lot, but with Dan, I think he'll be good at doing content if he's not actually doing content, where it's just capturing the moment, the organic, fly-on-the-wall shit, which is, you know, if you could have had someone in there with a camera today capturing some of the shit you were saying in there, and you know, that would be ideal content for someone to consume.
Yeah.
But it's just about catching you in that right moment, rather than you sitting down with a camera on a fucking tripod and going, right guys, I'm going to talk about fucking
Mass gainer.
yeah. We did that a couple of weeks back in this gym.
We did do that. You can imagine how much.
For his sponsors, who shall not be named.
Oh, shall they? Okay. We shall not. We shall
You
not.
know, there's Brandon.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
You can't talk about it. I'm not.
I can't talk about that either. So it's God, see the life we live now, corporate structure. It's fucking
Politics, mate.
Politics in bodybuilding. Imagine that.
Yeah.
Yeah, D1. I don't live by like anything.
Fair.
Fuck 'em.
Fair. Right. Well, we'll wrap this up. It's like 1 hour 30, mate.
I think.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, it's a good time.
Happy?
Is it bang on 1:30?
It's like in like 10 seconds now.
All right. So I reckon we should wait for like 10 seconds.
Yeah. Well, what we're going to do to wrap this up?
We're going to do to wrap it out.
You can talk to the camera there.
Talk to the camera, or like Springer's final thoughts.
The Spider-Man camera with Springer's final thoughts.
Springer's final thoughts.
No, I just wanted. Did you want to give a shout out to anyone or any sponsors, any clothing providers?
Any allowed to?
Yeah, you can. Crack on.
Currently, I'm wearing Brachial.
There we
You'll
go.
see this wonderful coat and joggers, wonderful fitting, German company. So them, Thoroughbred have helped me out. The other thing I'm not allowed to say. Big up to everyone who are training legs today, because they're like my little crew, and it's good to see young people do the same thing. Obviously to Amph, like, for holding me down, and he was my like real inspiration and introduction into the leveling up of everything, and so I appreciate him, and I'm glad that he's a friend, and obviously the exposure to Leroy, who was like my hero, like watching Blood and Guts. And if you haven't watched Blood and Guts, you're not a bodybuilder. I'm sorry, like. It's on the internet. Go and watch it. They even AI'd it into colour. For those who can't watch black and white, they've even AI'd it into colour. Yeah, just go and train. Like, enjoy it. Enjoy it. If you enjoy a cuff lateral, do a fucking cuff lateral. I don't think it's a great idea, but if you love it, fucking do it. Do what you love.
There you go.
Over and out.
Mic drop. That is Dan McNab. Big Pale Nasty on Instagram. You probably won't see much content from him because he doesn't post a lot.
No, I bought a cable.
Oh yeah, I've just sorted his mic out, so you might see
I've
some
got a
content
cable.
now.
Yeah, they'll clip one like everyone.
He's had these mics for about 7 months, and now he's bought a cable. So expect loads of content then, Dan, is it?
It's coming up, literally. It's going to be amazing.
There you go.
It's going to be... such a drive. You're going to be overwhelmed with the amount of absolute gold bombs that are just going to be dropping on everyone, like IBS level.
It returns.
It is going to be absolutely off the chain. But no, new year.
New me.
Same me. I'm still a cunt. Thanks for having me on, I guess.
Mate,
that should be the thing. And coming and training, it is actually about 5 years in the making.
It was.
So we made it happen.
Yeah, it was good, man.
And I'm just embarrassed I'm not as strong as when we first had the idea.
Yeah, the video guy beat him today. Well, no, actually...
In some.
The squats, I got fucked.
You did get fucked.
I think that was intentional, though. I think you were thinking in your head, this cunt's beat me all the way through the session.
Oh, do something he doesn't usually do?
Yeah.
And then just to like...
Just fucking...
Well, I guess you'll never know.
Yeah.
Oh, well, all right. In 5 years' time, I'll come to your gym, do your session.
There we go.
There you go.
5 years.
Well, yeah, that's every... Like,
Fucking hell. We be retired then, bro.
I'll be fucking dead.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. There's no chance.
Right. On that note, thank you very much for watching. Obviously, you know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for the next episode. Check out Dan, and I will see you soon. Peace.